To prepare this lesson for your students, you're going to want to load the assignment to your Google Drive. So in my materials to you, I include 2 instructional pages for teachers. So I suggest that you go to File and select Make a Copy and copy the entire presentation. I've already done that, and I renamed it Vision Boards Students so I know which one is for them. I eliminated pages 2 and 3, which had instructions, and down here at the bottom, I recommend that you insert a page. Just going to click my plus sign there so that students can create their boards within the assignment itself. Next, I want to create a document where students can post their final draft. So I created an 8.5 by 11 copy. And the way that I did that is I came over here to File and I scrolled down to Page Setup. Page Setup lets you choose the dimensions of your slide. So typically your slide is set on widescreen 16 by 9, but you can customize it to reflect the size of the paper that you're using if you're printing. So in this case, it's 8.5 by 11, but I've also created posters and done 16 by 20. You just need to call your district print shop or whoever you use for printing and ask them what dimensions they need. And then you won't have any distortion. You'll save your whole document as a PDF and send it to printing. So I'm going to leave this at 8.5 by 11. Now I'm ready to load my lesson into my Google Classroom. So here I am in my classroom. Let me back up a little bit. I'm going to create an assignment. This happens to be my Avid classroom. So here's my assignment. I'm going to call it Vision Boards Student. And then I'm going to add from my Google Drive. My most recent documents appear when I add from my Google Drive, and I'm going to select Vision Boards Student. Insert. Right now, students can view a file. I want to make a copy for each student. Everybody needs their own copy so that they can upload images. You can, of course, add in your points and a topic if you wish, your due date, and then go ahead and press Assign. So this is the working copy that I worked on with my students for about 3 days. And then after they complete their vision board, I added another one. So I'm going to create a new assignment, and this is going to be Final Draft of Vision Board. And for this one, I'm going to once again add from my Google Drive. I'm going to add the slide that's 8.5 by 11 because that's the finished size of the product. Here's my 8.5 by 11 copy. Let me insert that. Now this time, I want everybody to be able to edit the same file because each student is going to choose their document. I could put my instructions in here and I recommend that you do that, but for our purposes, I'm going to go ahead and assign it. And then what I did with mine for my students is rather than capturing all of the images in this vision board example, I just had them do a screenshot. So here I am doing a screenshot of this one right now. And then I had them upload their screenshot. Whoopsie, getting confusing here. Into the slide. This way, instead of loading each and every one of these pictures, they're loading one picture, and it makes it much easier. This might have been a 16 by 20 size, so it's a slightly different here from when I made my example. And I think you get the idea. If your students are using, I just distorted it, but if your students are using an 8.5 by 11 paper, then you should use an 8.5 by 11 paper. And then each student adds their slide to this presentation with their image. So I'm just going to add another one here. Each student copies and pastes their slide in, or copies and pastes their screenshot of it, and then you'll have a class set of slides to print, to show at back to school night, or have playing during open house, or to have them use as a screensaver. There's really a lot of versatility. It's just a matter of what you want the final product to look like. I did use this class slideshow as a way of having each student give a little talk about their vision board. So you can see from the rubric that I asked them to highlight certain attributes of their board and discuss it. And the way that I kept the flow of the presentations going is I had all of them already uploaded to a slideshow, which I'm not going to lie, it can get a little bit crazy when everybody's adding their slides, but it generally works out all right in the end. And that's the vision board. I hope you enjoy this lesson with your students. Thank you so much.